How does OWRA help with making targeted referrals? How do managers make use of all the data that OWRA collects? What are some ways that you can use the OWRA reporting module? What are some tips to help clients feel comfortable answering the OWRA questionnaire? What are some functions in OWRA that can increase an agency's efficiency? How does OWRA help with making targeted referrals?
OWRA has helped us a lot in making referrals to different community agencies and partners based on the information we receive from the assessment. It addresses issues like domestic violence, transportation, parenting, mental health, general health, child care. We've been able to refer people to different partners based on the information we get from OWRA. So it's been very helpful in that regard. And even to a point where when it comes up that it identifies that as an area of need, before we finish the process, we can go ahead and do additional assessments so that when we refer, we have more information to provide that partner about the individual. When we make the referral, we can tell them more about them so they can even help in a deeper way, especially mental health.
How do managers make use of all the data that OWRA collects?
One of the benefits of the tool is just that, getting the data and making informed decisions about staff capacity, staff skill set, and really knowing trends of our customers that are coming in. And again, just reiterating, we're not making decisions in the dark. We're really making informed decisions.
What are some ways that you can use the OWRA reporting module?
I love the reporting function, the reporting tool that's incorporated in there. You can, to look up under different categories of what you want to check on, whether you're just doing a basic demographic report, population report, or like a community impact study, or if you are doing a work study or economic impact study, or, we can go in there and just see, under each category, how we're impacting, if we're making a difference, educational, if we're helping people to get their high school diplomas or go to college, or if we're able to, help eliminate domestic violence in this population, if we're making an impact or a difference, we can see that. We can see our numbers change from where they came in to where they are now, or at certain mile points.
What are some tips to help clients feel comfortable answering the OWRA questionnaire?
The best tip I can give my fellow coworkers who are also giving this tool, the OWRA tool for our clients, make it more of a conversation. I think that when it's given as an assessment, the clients might seem a little closed off and not as willing to give honest answers. But if you, pull down those barriers when you first sit down with them, let them know that this is genuinely to help them, and make it more of a conversation, I find that they're more open and their guard is more down to give those honest answers that we need to really assess where they're going to go for employment.
What are some functions in OWRA that can increase an agency's efficiency?
We do what is called versioning, in that a customer may have an assessment. Now the assessment is like 90 questions. It can take up to 90 minutes or more, based on the how well the customer can tell their story or how well they understand what we are asking. So if a customer had an assessment done maybe 6 months previously, the case was closed and they're back with us, instead of having to do an entire assessment, I am able to go in and version. This is what we call versioning, and we can identify where the change took place. So that is so important. It saves time for us, for the customer, and the customer doesn't have to repeat a story again. So we just identify where the change took place. We're able to do that. Also, we're able to do what we call transferring a case. If a VDS starts an assessment, and let's say they did not finish it, but tomorrow they're not here, the customer is back, we do not have to start again. We can transfer that interview to another VDS, and they can pick up from where the customer stopped. So, this is how we were able to incorporate OWRA, the platform, to incorporate what they have and to really customize it to meet the needs of our customers, or to even serve our purpose, right? And just identify where the change took place. We do not have to repeat that entire assessment again.